Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Yakal coming out of the Great Millstone SC Midlands camp. All right. Before I get into my lesson, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. All right. They have teach us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Peace, love, and blessings unto the elect scattered abroad around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great, aka America. Shalom, shalom, I say unto you. Peace, love, and blessings unto the elect. All right. And the title of my lesson is going into they trust in oppression, false hope in a dying society. Cause noticing, being on the plantation today, I noticed, it's Monday, a lot of people, dragging and, complaining and basically just being extra bitchy. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, I was just meditating and thinking, see, if the Israelites, the righteous were in rulership alone, of first and foremost, but beside Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, because it is his kingdom first and foremost, and then he's going to share his kingdom with his servants, the prophets, man. All right. Salakia, slip of the tongue. Okay. First and foremost, Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Then, by him sharing the wealth to his servants. Okay. But I noticed a lot of people were in a real, mourning like state. All right. And a lot of people are noticing times are getting, harder as they see prices are going up, but wages are not. A lot of jobs are real life shutting down, mainly the plant jobs in my city that I dwell in. All right. Right here in the Midlands. All right. And not only here, all across the world. All right. They're already doing protesting over there on the eastern side of the world. All right. And slowly but surely is brewing up right over here. And, Lord will, I'm going to get into that. But I just want to really focus on, mainly, because this message is only for the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the true name of the Heavenly Father, through his only begotten Son. That is our power, man. That is your power, all right, to the rebellious house, man. Come back unto him and serve him before it's too late, because a destruction and judgment is fastly approaching as prophecies speed up and they, come to pass. Because that's all we're waiting on. And we understand via through the spirit that prophecy is going to dictate the end of the world. Prophecies have to be played out before Lord Yahweh Shai come back and save his elect, before the end of the rulership of Esau Edom, the so-called, Caucasian race, the ones that's in rulership in today's time, they're going to fall. All right. And like I said, Lord Yahweh Shai is going to usher in his kingdom. As a matter of fact, like the scriptures say, being joint heirs. All right. The servants, the prophets. All right. And ultimately, all of Israel, because all of Israel is going to be saved and they're going to receive the promise and the covenant. All right. The new covenant, the laws being put inside us. OK, that we may never go off, that we may live forever, fulfilling the promises that he gave unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. All right. It's all prophecy. It's all the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And if you don't understand it, hey, you are not a person of the Lord, man. You are not a man of the Lord, first and foremost. All right. And hey, for you women, you already damn wild out here. So your best bet is to follow a man of the Lord. That's your best bet. Because honest and truth, that's really how the Lord really deals with, with a woman. Not saying, that the Lord is not dealing with, the single, sisters that's, trying to do the best they can and just, playing it safe. Because, they ain't want to keep going from man to man trying to figure out, if that person is right for them or not. So you got a lot of women that just basically just holding out until basically the Lord just set up a man of the Lord in her life. You know, that's what it ultimately boiled down to. Cause you know the Lord gonna guide all his children of the elect, man. All right. But yeah, I just want to go into that, and since I quoted that, I want to go in Proverbs 29. Get straight into the scriptures, because this is life. Okay, 20. Oh, Salakia. Warning and instructions. Proverbs 29 and verse 1. I started at. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed. And that's going to be ultimately 2/3, man, because they constantly harden their neck and go against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah as in the days of old, going back, you know, during the time of, you know, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, you know, all the prophets, and also during the time of Lord Yahweh Shai. And these are the same wicked generations of our people that, you know, say crucify him, crucify him, crucify him, and put his blood upon us and our children's. All right. And wonder why a lot of people, you know, of our race, of course, of our nation, are getting gunned down. All right. Whether it be by the cops, whether it be by our own people, black on black crime. All right. So on and so forth. And, you know, our people have a hope, a false hope that everything is going to get better. But honestly, this is only the beginning of sorrows, not knowing and not understanding the true nature of prophecy. All right. And prophecy speaking is that a lot of destruction is about to come upon the house of Jacob. All right. First, Peter 4 and 17, and ultimately Jeremiah 30 and 7. All right. For that day is great, it is likened unto the days of Jacob's trouble. All right. There is none like it before or even after. All right. This is the final judgments for that wicked generation, because how the Lord is going to set it up, he's going to let 2/3 of his people receive that devil's mark, that devil's stamp, and he's going to cause them to be melted. All right. Going back to the prophecy of Revelation 14 and 9 and 10, and also in Ezekiel, the 22nd chapter, how he prophesied, you know, unto Israel, saying that he was going to melt them like, you know, iron in the furnace, and, you know, so on and so forth. Lord will, I get that too. I read Proverbs 29 and verse 1. He that being often reproved harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. Verse 2 is the point. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And a lot of people are mourning, man. All right. They just basically, you know, zombies. All right. Gross darkness to people. Isaiah 60 and verse 2. They are real life zombies out here, just following each and every way that Pharaoh, aka Esau Edom, tell them to go, giving them that false hope and dream. All right. The American dream. All right. Telling them everything's still going to be all right. OK. Telling them that we're going to, you know, recover from this, recover from that. But according to the scriptures, according to the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, there's no healing Babylon. There's no healing of this place. OK. That's in Jeremiah 51. But let me get that precept. I quote in Ezekiel, the sins of Israel. Yep. This is Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 17. The word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Allah Hayim powers, because ye are all become dross. Behold, therefore I will gather you in the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it. All right. And good precept for that. Hey, Malachi 4:1. All right. For in that day shall burn like an oven. Okay. And also, not Zechariah 13 and 9, but Zechariah 13:8. Two parts therein shall be cut off and die. Okay. Especially the ones, and there's going to be numerous of ways the Lord is going to kill majority of his people. Okay. Going back to the slain of the Lord shall be many. But yep, that's that's what's about to come, man. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 20 again. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, have poured out my fury upon you. And that ultimate furnace and fire is, and what the ultimate plague is this right here, man. And it says the Most High will be king over all. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. He's, Yahweh the Heavenly Father is going to give dominion to, a certain, dominion of the kingdom of heaven, okay, unto Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which is, the kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth in Jerusalem, in our homeland. All right, a lot of people don't know that. Okay, you got, these Jehovah, them Jehovah Witness people, I'ma just keep it professional. Them so-called, Jehovah Witness people or whatever, they don't believe in heaven being on earth. So that's another reason, or that's another cut to them being false prophets. All right, false teachers. Then they don't even know the true name of the Lord. They don't know the color of the Lord. They don't know the Lord only died for his people. All right, so on and so forth. But anyway, back to Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. All right. And that's ultimately is going to happen upon the people that receive that RFID. All right. That charagma. Because that is the end all be all. That is the hour of temptation that the Lord is setting up upon the earth. Okay. But meanwhile, you still have people that trust in this place, that believe in America, believe in the voting. All right. It can be changed in the black community. knowing that the generation only getting worse and worse. All right. By the seconds, man. And as that going on, the Lord is speeding up the days for the elect's sake, because this place got to be destroyed, man. Yahweh Shai HaMashiach has to establish his kingdom, because like I said, at the end of the day, I real life see the hopelessness, the hopeless, and the misery on these goddamn people. All right. And I just, I'm just laughing deep down inside, because all I can say is Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for this wisdom, knowledge, and this truth and this understanding. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit upon Great Millstone, starting off with Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Amralab, or Aramlab, all right, Salakia, all right, Elder Apostle Gabar, and Elder Apostle Rakah, okay? The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for everything, man, all right? all the even all the hell that we, get put upon us, and even more persecution, because we know that we're not greater than Lord Yahweh Shai. If Lord Yahweh Shai suffer, terribly, how much more us? We have to always keep in mind and remind ourselves, hey, we ain't shit at the end of the day, but the Lord is using us for a vessel. All right. And pray unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that he uses us and guides us for and towards deliverance, towards salvation. Okay. Because at the end of the day, the ones that endure unto the very end, the same shall be saved, roughly paraphrasing. And me, myself, like I say, I know I want to, I want to be saved. I want to be delivered. But ultimately, I can't make myself of the elect. That's why you have to put on and try to be of the hopeful elect. And the Lord is not, slack or, unrighteous in, the works that we do, the things that we sacrifice. All right. For the sake of the Lord. And not only because that, and, we love to do it. This honestly is the only time we feel at home, because we know at the end of the day, we got to move amongst the dumbass civilians. OK, we got to operate on certain jobs. Got to keep it at a low level. OK, people notice you, but at the same time, people can't figure you out, and they'll just, say all type of crazy stuff. But after all said, all be all, you got to thank you got to thank Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Point blank, period. Because without them, we are nothing, man. All right. The Lord chosen us, just like the bishop, the head bishop of our camp, just like he allude, man. Out of all people, look who the Lord chose to do his work, roughly paraphrasing. And, out of all people, us. All right. Out of all places, what we doing, the most important thing on the earth, the place of faith, man. Because we truly believe. That's why we go out on the highways and byways preaching the word. And we don't even care. Nobody listens. Have a whole bunch of scoffers, isn't that the third? That's okay. Because our reward, Lord will, is going to be in heaven. And we got faith in that, man. We believe in that. Unlike these faithless people, they're going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. Just like it says in 2 Ezra 15:4. Even though it was talking about his people, okay? But also all the people that believe in the American dream. Because they real life believe in this place and think that this place really is going to prosper, go on, do better, so on and so forth. But that's not the case. The Lord truly has prophecies in order to come to play, man. All right. It says the day of the Lord. And a lot of people don't believe that day is not going to come, or is far-fetched. And I just love, being sarcastic right now. I just love when people say, that's not going to happen in our lifetime, blah, blah, blah. You got to think about it. The day of the Lord is about judgment upon people. If there ain't no people around, or, it's going to be before your lifetime or in another lifetime, like how is that going to make sense? The Lord ultimately is going to judge all the people that needs to be judged. And then on top of that, he's going to save all the ones that's going to be saved. That has to happen in basically everybody's lifetime. Okay? Because it's like a, as people like to say, it's like an oxymoron. It's a dumb debate, conversation, man. Because at the end of the day, and also that lets you know that they don't believe. Okay, they're either scared, they don't believe. All right, and they just, don't want that to happen. Okay, they don't, want to be judged because their deeds are evil and wicked, and they don't understand the outcome after quote unquote death. People think that you just go into a dark emptiness, a void in time and space. No, man, you go to the spiritual realm and you're at rest. You're at peace, paradise. You're really enjoying yourself. Meanwhile, you on here stuck on the earth, you got all type of body problems, all right? All types of, diseases that you can fucking catch from different people you deal with. Just dealing with people in general. People just, wicked and just evil. Okay? But continuing on in the video, and Salakia for my ranting. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And a lot of people think that this place is going to be nothing but peace and safety. But as soon as they think that, nothing but total annihilation and destruction is fastly approaching. All right. It was another precept. Okay. Go to Proverbs. Not Proverbs. Psalms. Salakia. All right, and it reads in the title, "The Most High alone, a refuge from treachery and oppression." All right. And I'm going to go straight to the point. Psalm chapter 62 and verse 10. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. The Most High have spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto the Most High Yahweh. Also unto thee, O Lord Yahweh, belongeth mercy, for thou renderest to every man according to his work. And ultimately, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is our ultimate judge. He's our ultimate protection and someone to trust. All right, the scriptures say, put your trust not in man. Trust not man. Yep. This is Psalm chapter 40 and verse 4. Blessed is that man that maketh the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai his trust. Not no goddamn, career job. All right. Not no house with a big ass mortgage on it. Not no fancy car with a high ass insurance and high car note. Okay. Not no defiled woman. All right. None of that, man. And this is all under the vibration of the wicked. When the wicked beareth rule, the people are mourning. Everything is at a mourning state. All right. You can also read a good precept for that. I believe it's in Isaiah 24 or 25. Lord will, I'm going to get that in a few too, since I quoted it. And respecteth not the proud, Esau, Edom, nor such as turn aside to lies. Don't trust in none of that. And a lot of people trust in this American dream, which is, a nightmare, or nothing but lies, rape, and robbery, man, murder. Okay, that's all this place has been established, on. But now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, via through the prophets, shameful spewing is being shown upon their glory. All right, all those glory days are over for Esau, Edom. Psalm chapter 146 and verse 3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. All right, and princes is men. Okay, so let me find that precept that I quoted in Isaiah 24 or 25. about, you know, the earth languishing. Even the earth itself is you know, is in a mourning state. Judgment on the earth. Isaiah 24:1. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste and turneth it upside down and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. All right, he's going to ultimately make it empty when he empty out the land of Babylon the Great. All right, and there's not going to be no more of the heathens in rulership, man. Okay, that when his beautiful, glorious, righteous kingdom is going to spring forth upon the whole earth. It's going to be, like the scriptures say, new earth and a new heavens. All right, wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right, Lord Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. All right, that's Esau, Edom. Okay, definitely Esau, Edom. That you know that does that. Okay. Let me keep reading down. Verse 6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, talking about the chariots of the Most High, and that fathership is going to, you know, come back as well, man. On, you know, the one Yahweh Shai is going to ride upon. But it's talking about a so-called UFO, but a chariot of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and also the nuclear missiles, man, which is going to go into. All right. And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Going to be burned up by the ICBM missiles, the hypersonic missiles, and also by the concentrated laser beams, the fires that's going to be coming out of those vehicles, aka the chariots of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. Salakia. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. That's why now you got a lot of people, alcoholics, man. Okay. That's what a lot of people are doing now. All right. And also druggies, man. Drug addicts. Wonder why they be so strained out on drugs, because they're miserable. All right. They're mourning. They're suffering. Okay. But because they have no wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, they don't know how to cope with it. They don't understand why is this thus. And they don't understand that this is only a harsh punishment, and it's only going to be temporarily. They don't, you know, have the spirit to grasp that, man. Because once you understand that takes a strong mind to understand and to really cope with that shit, man. Especially you being an Israelite man, knowing that you're going to be labeled the #1 terrorist, you know, from all, you know, whether it be male, female, from any nation, you're #1 terrorist on that list. But you still doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, that takes great power, man. And with that, much responsibility. Fuck all, you know, that. About to quote the nigga from Spider-Man, but, you know, much responsibility, man. And maturing, okay? Understanding, wisdom, okay? Verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. All right. And that's future prophecy. That's going to happen when this society collapse and the dollar collapse, man. All right. And you already got a sign of, you know, jobs being going overseas and just, shutting down, closing down for good, shutting down temporary, wherever the case may be. You have a lot of that going on now, but soon it's going to be, it's really going to be a collapse, man. The whole dollar system is going to collapse, but they're going to automatically come with that system. But with that new system, it comes a price. All right. You're going to have to pay for it with your life. That's just the bottom line, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai says so, man. They require blood. They require your sacrifice if you take that mark, which they are going to promote and push and mandate across the whole world. All right. They're setting the stages now. OK, even if they do what, even they do their little like false flags. All right. Do little, bank runs and, all that extra stuff and distractions. But meanwhile, it's more severe things going on behind closed doors. Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets. And I believe that represents the wisdom, the, cry for wisdom or understanding in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right. And the mirth is slowly but surely fading away. But soon it's really going to disappear once this society collapses. Once you have to have a decision to take that. And like I say, majority of the people, even the ones that don't even know about the scriptures or whatever the case may be, just your average people, I say at least about a good strong 80 to 90% of the human population know that is according to Revelation 13 and 16. I done heard it by so many people. I'm talking about from all types of different nations. Even before like waking up in the truth, just as years went on. And to now see it come into tuition and to really see it hit home. All right. Especially hitting the main city of Babylon the Great. All right. One of the main cities, I can say, or the main city, a.k.a. New York. All right. That's basically the main city of Babylon the Great. All right. On the left hand side and, of course, on the right hand side. And you already know what I'm talking about on the right hand side. Those are the ones that can receive it. All right. Those are the one that understands me. But yep, that was it on that. Let me get to Isaiah 60 and 2. Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 2. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. All right, the glory of the Lord, the majesties, the mysteries of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has been risen upon the prophets, the true men of the Lord via coming out of Great Millstone, that have the true Rakah Quadash of the Holy Spirit coming from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to really break down these scriptures and go into root words and, other like maps and history and so on and so forth. That's how you know like who's really like studious, man, and a true man of wisdom and of truth. All right. Because this man, for a person to be digging so deep, he's got to be trying to find that main source of truth. OK, the main source that he needs in order to have, like I say, proof, man. And we have proof through our faith, through the scriptures. All right. Which do not lie. Verse 2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. All right, through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, wisdom, maketh a man face to shine. It changeth up his countenance and his whole mannerism of how he's supposed to carry himself as a Israelite man. All right, especially, knowing the truth. All right, and what is really required of you. get this last one. I'm gonna close out. Cause like I say, going back to why I'm saying these people have no hope, especially our people. All right, cause like I say, man, I've been I've been around Jake my whole life, man. Jake always say the same shit, especially when it come down to struggling. That's all we know was the struggle. Do the best. I keep my head just above waters. Ain't no need to complain. It's many reasons to complain, man. People don't even understand that's damn downing yourself right there, man. All right. That's the psychological warfare tactics that Esau Edom done put upon our people to the point they just submit, man. Okay. But that's why I'm thinking about that scripture in Genesis. Judah is a whelp, that old lion. Okay. But who shall rouse them up? The spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah shall rouse them up, man. First and foremost, starting off with the prophets. All right. Got to start off with the prophets because the prophets are the important spokesman of the Lord. Because who else is going to do the will of the Lord? Who else is going to do his work? Who else is going to speak for him? Only the prophets. Amos 3:7. Like I said, this truth is real simple, but a lot of people make it harder than that it has to be. I mean, the only hard part is the battling, man. The battling of the flesh and the lust. Other than that, hey, this truth is beautiful. Ever since Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, unlocked my spirit, hey, I never looked back. Even though I had a lot of, bumps and bruises down the road. But I always say the Wadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for making me strong. Because I knew I had it in me. It's just like I say, shit sometimes can get hard. But you got to keep fighting. You got to keep that thrive. Especially, like I say, especially you being, a man, you got to do what you got to do. In righteousness, of course. And the only way to do that is serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Doing his work, doing his will. Praying, fasting, rehearsing the righteous acts, all that. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And Jake wonder why, once again, they so fucked up. All right, wonder why there's so much death in the black community. You have a lot to pay for, 2/3, praying that I'm not of that number. But you have a lot to pay for, all right? For what you've done, all the way going back to, the time of Moses, and even also during the time of Lord Yahweh Shai, man, what you did to him. Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt or bondage, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that shit, trusting in America, is only going to get you a nuke, man. I'm telling you. Because matter of fact, let me go to the thing right quick, because I got to show this. Because when this come into full effect, and you see that one, that, of course, on TikTok, when this come into a full effect, it's not going to be no excuses.
Didn't I tell you?
It's not going to, it's going to be basically too late. And then you're going to know that a prophet had been among you, that the Lord truly exists, and that you're going to be judged for your actions, your acts, all right? And ultimately receiving that mark, okay? Because this is the future, all right? Not going to go into it because Lord will, this video goes up. But it's dealing with the whole food situation. And, of course, they put this up here, too, with that social media guy But this is everything dealing with the whole food rioting. Like I said, I ain't really want to go into it, but you see what they're doing. And also even, and I just want to say this, even because I don't think they're doing, because like with the palm scan, they're just doing little trial runs and test runs, you know, saying basically, you know, a lot of them people most likely not marked up, you know, or don't have the true stamp of approval. They just, like I said, conditioning the people. That's called gradualism, to make people think that it's cool. It's the new norm. All right. Then they're going to do like simulations and so on and so forth, making it seem like this is the new way of life. And you know, everybody, Isaiah 60:2, gross darkness to people. Everybody is a fucking zombie, man. Whether they really life be on drugs, zombified, or they just zombified, drunk up off the Babylonian juice, the American dream juice, man. That's all these people are drunked up on. I talking about, got so much great pride to the shit. Is funny. Cause we know Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with no pride, man. We know that for a fact. And we also know, like, man, like I say, man, this shit over with. But yep, that's what's about to come. Let me read verse 2 again. That walked to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And they're going to do that when they're implementing the new way of life. All right. Via through that charagma, man. All right. Because that's going to be the new way of living. Like I said in my last video. Because if you don't have it, it's basically you being homeless. You have no home, you have no car, you have no job, you have no money. So with that being said, you have no food, you have no this, you have no that. And look, us, you know, us serving the Lord, people act like we don't understand or we don't know that we got families to try to look after and, you know, wives and so on and so forth. We know this, man. That just put more and more fear upon us to do what we have to do by serving the Lord, man, praying that he protect us and our loved ones in that day. Because we understand if you know, whoever received that stamp, that's your ass, man. You getting cooked. All right. Verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right. And when this place go down, a lot of you people are going to be ashamed. Y'all going to be, you know, confused on how and why the great golden city has ceased. Why, oh great America, you know? These Babylonians, man, they through. That was the end of my lesson. Through the spirit and power, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Praying that y'all was edifying. I'm going to close out by saying Barakatah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach us this truth through the spirit and power, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect out there, scattered abroad around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. Shalom, shalom. Till next time.